Okay, so because I said I was going to do it, I decided to make this my day for my own process, even though I wasn't sure how it was going to go. Um, so that was the first thing. She told us, Petria told us it was important for us to make a commitment and to promise. If we promised ourselves we were going to do something, we promised our muse that we were going to be there and do something, that we fulfill that promise. And so I decided just to take a chance and do this today. So first of all, when I got back from my studio after I picked up all my materials that I wanted to work, first of all I decided that I was going to do it here because I felt that if I went into my studio, there would be an expectation of, because I'm there all the time and I teach and also do a lot of art already, I thought it would probably be good for me to do something different. And so I came in and I went into my studio and got my stuff, and I came back here. Okay, so the first thing I did, which I find is really helpful for me, is I wrote down, I did some journaling. I did some journaling of my thoughts, I did some journaling of my feelings. I wrote down all the things I was telling myself and went through kind of a process of getting rid of a lot of negative stuff that was going on inside my head. Okay, the second thing I did was I turned on my television where Petria was on stream. I actually streamed her videos. And I listened to her for inspiration. I listened carefully, what she was saying. And because, just what she says is very inspirational. So I did that first. And then I took out my paints, which I had mixed up ahead of time for a class, and I had it left over. So I felt, okay, well, this is not anything I'm wasting, so I'm just going to use this paint. It was already watered down, so it was great for this process. So the first thing I did was I put up something on the wall, and it was actually a big plastic garbage bag that I put on the wall because I decided that I was going to do my painting in a totally different way than I have been doing that. And I decided not to use an easel. I decided to use the wall. And I decided to use one of my big sheets of my mixed media pad, which I had not been using and needed to break in, and use that. So I took that out and I put it on the wall. I taped it on the wall, and I just took big brushes and started painting. The first thing I did was just use brushes. I did find there was also something that was inspirational in that I meditated before I did this. I centered myself using a meditation that I found. I didn't have Petria's meditation here at home, so I put a meditation I found on YouTube that was a creative meditation. It was really cool. I'll actually put a link of it on for you to see it, and you may be able to find it too. Anyway, it's really inspirational because it's classical music. It's one of my very favorite pieces, and I used that as my background music, and I just danced with the brush. I used the brush to just paint with, and got in touch with the movement of the music and got in touch with what I was feeling. The colors I used were orange and pinks and yellows and a little bit of purples and some reds. And I really, really got into the feeling of the music, and that was fun. That was a lot of fun. Well, the second thing I did was I decided to experiment with a painting process that I saw where this little girl, a little 3-year-old artist, actually took and she did her paintings by, similar to Jackson Pollock, just splattering the paint. And so, well, first of all, I got in touch with just really connecting to my body, which is kind of hard for me to do. But I used my hands to use what Petria's told us to do, and that's finger painting. So I took out the paint and I started finger painting, and I found that it was really a lot of fun. And I used that method, and then I just took my fingers and dipped it into the paint and started slinging the paint. And I had this music on, and I was just really going with this almost like African music that was playing. And I was really getting in touch with that feeling of movement and just slinging the paint and layering the paint, and I really discovered that I really enjoy doing that. And I didn't really have anything in mind. I just really did a lot of color layering and just, you know, splattering and layering the colors as I went with my fingers. And I found that really I love doing that, so I'm really thinking I'm going to do that again. And I think I actually am going to do this with the kids. I think they'll enjoy it too. So this is some of the, through the method that I did today, I will now translate into my classes, which will be a lot of fun. Okay, so the last painting I did was I did not play any music. When Petrie said that music influences your painting process, I decided to just use total silence. And so I really concentrated on being completely centered and closed my eyes sometimes and just really got in touch with the color inside and just what was going on, and I really allowed my intuition to connect to my colors and to connect to my shapes. And the last part of that, I actually did again take the paint and just really splatter the paint, because I thought that the feeling I had inside had more energy, and I wanted the energy that I felt after I centered to be on the paper. Okay. So I really, really enjoy this process, and we'll definitely do this again in my studio now that I have broken the ice with the painting method that Petrie is teaching us. I really feel that I can use this not only in my art. I can see myself getting a big, huge tarp and doing this on the floor, and I can see myself doing large paintings with this method. So anyway, I enjoyed it, and I hope you will try it. I hope you will try this method yourself in your own painting. Thank you. Bye-bye.